Hello and welcome back to Scroll of Life podcast, episode 3, with myself, Addi of Addi.
And me, Hinchi.
Good evening, Hinchi.
Good evening, Addi. How are you today?
Energized, put it that way.
Energized. Coked up on caffeine.
Powered by caffeine, let's go for
Powered,
that.
yeah.
Powered.
Not coked up.
Yeah,
Powered
God
by
forbid.
coffee. Yeah. Fueled by coffee.
Let's go for that one instead.
Fueled by coffee, yeah.
I'm eager, every morning I'm quite eager just to have a cup of coffee to get my day started, just like everybody, just like a lot of people are out there. You need that, in the morning, what's it called, pick me up, cup of pick me up. The name goes on, various different abbreviations for it. So today we're going to be talking about is eagerness, and how, as you, for those who are new to this podcast, what we do, we pick a topic every week, and then we give our own descriptions based upon it, and then we also I mention obviously coming from a few more years, obviously as I'm older than Hinchi, I share some experiences of mine in those turn of events, like such as friendship, betrayal, which we're going to be touching base on down the line, and today eagerness is definitely going to be on top of the list, because obviously the older you get, you have to realize, you're eager to get things done, but sometimes that eagerness has to make you a lot more wiser, especially to other people. And obviously Hinchi, who's a lot younger than myself, the good thing is like trying to pass that information on to this generation, and for him to pass it on to other generations to come as well as time goes on. So my definition on eagerness is basically, it is somewhat similar to having enthusiasm. You're enthusiastic to start a business, get an education, start a family, get a house that you want, get the car that you've always dreamed of. Yeah, it's good to have dreams, it's good to have enthusiasm, eagerness to it, but do not give too much into that eagerness, because then what happens is sometimes you get caught up in the excitement, and then you start telling everyone on the face of the earth. That was one of the dangers of somebody always posting something up on social media, always saying, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Yeah, it's good to tell people what you're doing, but don't overly do it. You will then get caught up in that type of eagerness that could, God forbid, destroy your plans. And at the end of the day, you won't have anyone to blame but yourself for your downfall. So do not ever let that happen in life. Hinchi, on your definition of eagerness, how would you describe it?
Oh, well, I think eagerness in itself works well with motivation.
Okay.
Because motivation is that inherent drive inside to want to achieve something. But I think eagerness, there's slight difference in eagerness, because eagerness is, in my thoughts, slightly more naive.
Yeah.
It's a more naive version of motivation, because motivation, at least you have a motif, you have a reason to do it. But eagerness is just, you just want to do it without much thought. It's taking a leap without really thinking. Whereas motivation, you get motivated deep down because of a certain reason. Whereas the eagerness to do something is just, I just want to do it. I just want to do it. There is no, I want to do it because of this, I want to do it because of that. So I do feel like eagerness is a supplementary kind of part to motivation. It's a tandem. They work together. And honestly, like at my current age, 22, I've seen enough people be eager in things that they want to do, but then they never actually do it, because it's just a feeling. It's a momentary feeling.
Yeah, I mean, over the years I've seen, as you mentioned, people just do it just for the sheer sake of it. They say, oh, I just want to get a job for now, because obviously, I want some money in my pocket. Yeah, it's fine. It's true. Yeah, you need money to pay your bills. You need money to buy food. You need money to pay, keep the roof over your head. That's fine. But then when you get there down the line, and then you find out that the job wasn't what you were looking for in the first place, yeah, that's because you only did it for the sheer sake of doing it. You just keep reminding yourself, well, I still need to pay my bills, I still need to do this, I still need to do that. But is that actually what you really want to do for your life? Is it your ambition just to sit behind a desk, watch the world go by? Are you eager to let that happen? Is anyone eager to let that happen? No. You know what you really want to do in life. You know that at the end of the day that you have a plan in your head, just do not go around telling anybody about it. I can remember, we'll now discuss some storytelling. If you want to do
Of
so.
course.
Okay.
Yeah, let's move on to the storytelling aspect, because that's what we love to do. We love to talk about the stories and the lessons that we learn in those stories.
This one does, definitely.
Yeah.
I appreciate the enthusiasm from him as well. So because as for those who have just joined in, and obviously this is the new topic we mentioned as well, I also, like I mentioned, because I've come from a few more years of experience in life, as well as Hinchi has, I mentioned about certain bad experiences I've been through that I like to share with people to make sure, try your best to, I'm not coming across as a mentor or anything like that. It's just my own experiences, as they say, learn from your mistakes, learn from the older generation where, somewhat what they've been through, what they know, could also hopefully guide you in life to make the right decisions. So one time when I was getting into, I was very young, and I had so much drive, determination, as most people would, especially in their late teens, early 20s, mid 20s, and they're just wanting to tell everybody what they're doing. You get caught up in that excitement. You're eager to tell somebody. It's like, to tell you the truth, the best way of describing it, it was like an itch, and you couldn't wait to scratch it to get rid of it. It was that bad. And I started telling everybody that, that somebody rang me. I hadn't spoken to them in like 5 years, and they rang me out of the blue, literally. What are you up to? I told them I'm doing this, I'm working 3 part-time jobs just to pay the bills. I'm going off to uni next to do my masters. I got this, I got that, I've got this, and I'm going to learn I'm going to learn to drive, this, that, and the other. And I kid you not, within a space of a month, everything fell apart. I lost all the jobs. I didn't get into the placement that I wanted to get to. And then it made me realize, what most people don't seem to realize, a bad experience can give you a valuable lesson for life. Remember this, out of every negative, there's going to be a positive. Every negative experience gives you a positive lesson for life, where you've made that mistake, you're not going to repeat it again. It will make you a lot more wiser for the foreseeable future. It will make you a lot more smarter how to handle your plans better next time around. I had the habit of announcing it on social media, like I got a placement offered. I'm so glad I got a placement from the University of so-and-so, or I also got another offer today from this university, I got another offer from that university. It just all crashed. Because it made me realize I was way too eager. I got caught up in the excitement, and I told everybody. Yeah, I took full responsibility for that. I take full accountability for that, because again, making too much noise can cause a lot of problems. Silence is the best way how to work. Work in silence, let your success be the noise you need to make. That was a more valuable lesson I took on later on in life.
Yeah, it is really important, especially because, like, from your story, Addi, it's vocalizing way too much about one's own journey, in the sense that achievements that aren't achievements yet, because I think people look too far to the rewards that aren't in their hands, based on the doors that are open in the present. So for example, you said that you got all these placements and stuff. The door was there, you can see the door, and your mind was already at the finish line where you got into the placement. And then at the end of the day, the eagerness is kind of, that's where the naivete comes in, I said, because it blinds you.
Indeed it does. You're blinded by the success you haven't achieved yet. And it was like, you got to put. It made me realize you need to put in the hard work in first, in order to get the rewards after. I thought I already had the rewards. That was, again, eagerness. It will sometimes bring egotism along the way. I admit I was developing a bit of an ego, as somebody would at that young age. But then again, it made me come up with my own philosophy for life, which I will share towards the end of this podcast, which will be about what to do for your plans for the foreseeable future. So Hinchi, I'd like to pass it on to you now. What would you describe, to tell your story about eagerness?